Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing today? You might be muted still, so please, if everybody can mute yourself and join the party. Welcome to tonight's episode of Nat One Network, everybody. Hope we had a good week.
Welcome to Starbucks.
Salute.
Hello, Yukala. You might be muted, buddy. So let's kind of start tonight's episode off. I don't think we need to do any character introductions tonight. I kind of want to dive into the action, but Brall, if you could hit us with an epic recap of last week's episode, I think we would all greatly appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
You know, I have to say, last week during my recap, I mentioned how excited I was to listen to that later, and it totally lived up to the hype. I was laughing more sober than I was when I was stoned.
What are you talking about? You were always sober.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So,
Sober Stronghearts, which we call them.
Sober Strongheart. Yeah.
Sober
That's my name in
Strongheart.
real life, too. So.
It begins.
I got it, guys. Right. So, at the beginning of the last episode, the party was finally delivered to the dinner party that they had been tracking or wandering aimlessly in an effort to find. But they found it. And the dinner party took place in basically the outdoors. It was just a table in the middle of the woods. It was pretty cool. It's surrounded by giant mushrooms. Everybody loves giant mushrooms. And at this table was a dwarf that looked strikingly like Brall's older brother, Belorlim, but neither acknowledged the other for, well, let's move on. But just to describe him, he was wearing a golden set of armor. He had a shield on his back that Cal grilled him really hard on, and a great hammer resting on the table in front of him. Beard, slick back hair, large wild eyebrows. Brall's brother. And the magical horny dude who had been following the group for a while, which kind of sounds odd now that I say it out loud. He finally introduced himself as, I think, Thanuel. Nobody corrected me, so I think that's the right.
Thanuel.
Thanuel. Okay.
Thanduil. Thanuel.
Duil. Got it. All right, a lot of spellings need to be corrected in different places now. So, introduced himself as Thanuel and explained that he wants to kill the Autumn Queen, and kind of kidnapped the group into coming to the Feywild in order to get them to agree to assist indirectly by securing the murder weapon. Because he wants to unite the Seelie and the Unseelie in the Feywild, restore the Feywild to its original, what do you call it, design, atmosphere, vibe. Its original vibe, the Feywild vibe.
Jesus Christ.
And in return for the group helping in this endeavor, he would then return the party to their plane of reality and help restore Ether to a state that existed before the Semet invaders.
Or perhaps after.
Or perhaps after. Because the party now has a new member who is from a different present, which would be a future to the original group, but the original group would be a past to the new character, new adventurer. So the group obviously got to do an argument about how or who wants to secure a murder weapon and who doesn't. But partway through the heated discussion, they were ambushed by a group of goblins. Belorlim then strangely stood up and opened a portal for Thanuel and him to escape through as goblin arrows started flying. Cal flipped the dinner table on its side to provide cover as the rest of the party ducked behind it and began fending off the attack. And that is where we pick up.
Woo-woo.
I love your recaps because it's like hearing my kids tell a story. And then what happened? And then what happened? What, Dad, you're not listening. And then what happened?
You guys can catch up on all of Brall's notes in our description of our video. So he gives a recap of the previous week in his own words, and we put that into the description of our videos. Side note, before we do dive right into tonight's episode, we do have a Twitter account. Thank you, Mr. Terry Mayo. Claps, everybody. Clap, everybody. For Mr. Mayo. And you can find us at Nat One Network on Twitter. Also,
yeah, we reached a milestone. We're over 200 followers now on Twitter. So that's,
no
that's
way.
good.
Yes.
very cool. Very cool. Well, we appreciate everybody that's been following us for great D&D memes and video content. So hopefully you enjoy the campaign. We are on episode 16 of Nat One Network. So also, side note, we will have our Discord up and running.
Technically, I think we do. I arranged all the permissions. But I haven't tested it with an outsider, so I'm not sure if it's.
Yeah, let's do that before we go live. But other than that, so next week we should have our Discord up. So I'm excited for that. But dive into tonight's episode. Do you guys want to play the video again, or just dive in?
You already played the video. I think we can just
Can you
begin.
now?
Let's roll it again. It's pretty good.
Carla, just so you know, I filled up our drinks way too high, so that's why I'm drinking them and trying to make.
Well, give it to me then.
All
Give
right.
it to me.
It is straight bourbon. I don't know if you want.
Karen is Karen. Have you heard of that?
Are we ready to dive in?
now?
Yes,
I can hear
let's
it.
do it.
Sweet.
I'm just a little nervous. I don't know where a dog is.
Where we last left off, the dinner party was pretty much ambushed by some goblins. You flipped the table over. Firebolts are flying left and right. The actual foliage and the mushrooms and the brush around you is starting to actually ignite on fire. You guys have slain 2 of the enemies. Right now, we're actually going to start up right at the top of the order, and we are going to begin with, Locks.
Okay. All right. I'm going to sneak attack this guy that's right next to. Is that Jericho? Who is that? This one?
I'm on the far right, I think. Yeah.
He's the golden guy.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
I've got a 19 plus 5, 24 to hit.
Okay, 1 second. Yeah. 24 does hit.
All right, so sneak attack. 2 more d6, so 8, 9, 19. 19 plus 5, 24 damage.
Okay, so as you kind of peer out of the bush you're hiding in, you pull your arrow, or is it a short bow or a
Short bow?
short bow? Okay, so you pull, you release, and it kind of has an extra swirl to it, and as it's kind of coming forward, the air catches it, and the goblin that's perched up, leaning over this table, looks over, and as the arrow swirls, it catches him in the cheek, but then it continues to swirl, and it goes through his eye and then out, and then he falls forward dead.
Whoa.
I've never seen that one before. And then I'm just going to...
Magical.
Am I able to get up in a tree? Is this a tree right here? Oh, sorry. Is this a tree right next to me?
Where you're at, it's very thick bush, but you can climb up the bush, and the bushes go pretty high.
That's what she said.
Yeah,
so
she
let
said.
All right, so let me shimmy or jump up as high as I can to get cover in there in the bush.
Okay. So you could probably make it I'd say if you can kind of, are you trying to go into the bush or climb up on top of the bush?
On top, I want to get height. I want to get up higher.
You could probably get about 8 feet higher.
Okay, so I want 8 feet higher and still have at least something that's giving me half cover, if it's possible.
You kind of bury yourself in. So I'll say you got about a foot of bush on top of you, and you're 6 feet of bush below you.
Got it. I think the Feywild is in the 70s, guys.
But everything looks so pretty and young.
And then after Locks is going to be Loki.
How much cover does it?
Loki, you're up.
Oh, all right. So we got 3 goblins still, and 2 of the other things. They're like orcs.
They're just a different. They look more. They're more armored goblins, if you will.
How much
Okay.
cover does the full bush provide?
Are we all in a bush?
There's bushes everywhere.
It's pretty bad when you got goblins coming out of the bushes.
Oh no. Yeah.
At least
we
it's
need
not
to
crabs.
get tested. We need to get
Kind of.
yeah.
I think they're worse than crabs. So I am going to attack the first one
Good point.
closest to me, toward the right, and I'm going to use my longbow. Kind of like, step up, of course, from behind the.
Wow.
Oh, jeez.
Giant crabs coming from the bushes.
There's crabs in this bush.
See, that's so much worse than goblins.
Well, I didn't realize how big the crabs were.
All right,
That's what she said.
excuse me, Loki, who are you attacking?
I'm attacking the goblin on the right. Far right.
Can you show me? Click on it.
Oh, I gotta get out of my view and go to the screen. This one? No, hold on. That one.
Okay, so there is a table. You're going to have to move if you want to.
So is the table taller than me?
You are. It's pretty tall. Yeah, I mean it's about
Because I'm 6 feet.
It's about 6 feet. Yeah.
Okay, so what you're saying is that the goblin is so far, like it's lower. It's not hanging from anything, right? Still.
Goblin's also shorter than the tree. Or than
But weren't they coming down from something?
They've landed.
They've already
Oh.
gone to the ground.
Yeah, everybody's on the
Okay.
ground. Yeah.
Gotcha. So then I guess I will have to shift over, and well, I guess I don't really have to if I just stayed here.
What if you just
And
like
shifted.
parkoured over it?
One, and then attack this guy.
Okay.
I'll do that.
Sorry,
Longbow.
let me rephrase. The only two that are still in the air is this one here and this one here, but you can still see both of them from that
Okay.
location.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna attack the one that I can see from the location I was at. Then
Okay, so you can hit him
so-
or him.
this one.
Okay. Are you using crimson or are you just using your regular bow?
I'm using well, it's crimson. I started it before the end of the battle.
Okay. I didn't know if I
Um,
forgot to do it. Okay.
So I just rolled this. It is a natural 20.
Oh,
Boom.
Wow.
Down, Mr.
Boom.
Goblin.
All right. So as you pull
Right
back
away.
your hero, roll for damage.
Roll for damage. I don't want damage. I just want to remember this. Actually, I don't even know. Do I keep my right for damage, and do I double roll that too?
It would just be what your normal attack is.
Attack would be okay.
Yeah.
So I rolled a 4, so that's an 8 plus 4 for my crimson right, 12, and then plus my dexterity mod puts another 4. So
So
16.
as you pull your bow back, you kind of look over at Lox, who just shot his, and he's kind of very much staring in your direction, focused on your attack. As you pull it back, you can see this gust of fire that kind of circles the arrow that you're about to launch, and as you throw it back, the arrow becomes a normal arrow. The fire is all gone, but there is a circular flame going around, tracing the arrow as it goes through the air, and it finds its target, landing right in its chest. And as it does, the flame catches up to the tip of the arrow, and it ignites, exploding the goblin's chest, and he falls about 40 feet from the air on this vine all the way down to the ground, splat, and then dead.
Savage.
Yeah.
Boom.
What do you think
Landing-
about that, Lox?
Landing on the bush that Lox is on,
Mm-hmm.
but on fire,
The worst.
catching the bush on
Oh, no.
fire.
Bush on fire. No.
Amen. Gay
Fire
men.
crotch,
Yeah.
fire crotch.
Get out of there, Lox.
And it begins to spread as it lands. Then, 1 second. Lox.
Was it so strong because of a natural 20 that it's gonna engulf Lox too?
And that's 6
Lox,
seconds.
you
to
take
engulf
5
me.
points of fire damage.
this,
Not even a saving throw.
Womp
well,
womp.
this isn't going to help your friendship.
Nope. It's not.
Anything else, Loki?
Sorry.
What's your fucking fire, mate?
After he's like, "Hey, what'd you think about that?"
He was
And
so
it-
proud. Like, yeah, look
I
what
was
I did.
hoping-
Oh, no.
I was
Oh, no.
hoping for Gimli and Legolas kind of moment, but
But it just went wrong.
it went wrong.
Went
Yeah.
south. Went south.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Anything
That
else?
still
Loki?
only counts as one.
Loki? Anything else?
No, that's. I'm gonna kind of get back down low.
Okay. So after Loki is the goblin you just killed, so he's dead. Next is going to be Brallethel Strongheart.
Brall is going to turn around that table and chuck a javelin right at. Oh, why can't I click? Oh, I'm not on the clicky one. That goblin.
Hold on, 1 sec. I was too busy focused on you. 1 second.
Heard that too many times.
So what goblin are you attacking? Okay, that one. So you're going to move where so you can see him.
Like right there.
Okay, and you're going to do what? Throw a javelin.
Chuck a javelin at his face.
Okay. Roll for attack.
Ooh, that's a 9.
9, just a flat 9. All right. So as you
Well, 4 plus 5.
Okay. As you go to throw this javelin, you sneeze, and it actually you throw it right into the table, and it sticks right into the table, landing
Won't lose that one.
right in front of Jericho's face.
How would Brall sneeze?
That was adorable.
Very short, just like Brall.
That was
Very
adorable.
short.
Like, poof.
Brawl, anything else you want to do?
Run back behind the table.
Okay, so you run back behind the table. Jericho kind of looks over his shoulder as this javelin is just kind of sticking out now right in front of his face. And next up on the docket is going to be Danan. What would you like to do?
Okay. I'm going to move here. And I'm going to use Entangle in
Okay.
these two fellas.
So they need to roll
About
a
13.
DC saving throw.
Mhm.
And it is the strength saving throw.
Yes.
They have to
this is-
beat a 14. Is that what it is?
I think so, yeah.
All right. So let us do it. And it's going to be for those two goblins, right?
This one and this one.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So the first one rolled a natural 20.
Fucker.
The next one rolled a 5, so he is entangled. So this,
Yeah.
so as these vines kind of start coming up from the ground, twisting about, this goblin right here, he's going to actually kind of twist his way out, and as he does, the vines skip him and kind of flutter through the ground like in a wave motion, and then encompassing and grasping onto the other goblin, making him completely trapped.
All right. But it has a 90 feet. All of this becomes difficult terrain.
Right. So difficult terrain. Let's do.
Like, boop, 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 boop.
I had the perfect thing.
Boop. Yeah. Like, more like this. Here.
Boom.
Yep.
Then. Okay. There we go.
Whoa.
How's that?
Thank
That's
you.
dope.
I could do special things. All right. Don, anything else that you would like to do?
I'm going to hide back. Oh shit! I'm gonna go back. That's it.
Okay. Next on the docket, let me go back to the screen here, is we have Mr. Jericho Feyward.
All right. I look at the javelin as it strikes behind me. I say, in Semet's name, keep better aim. And then I summon my Eldritch Cannon. I say, Eldritch Cannon, fire upon the enemies and drown them in Semet's fire. I want to use my Eldritch Cannon to do a force ballista shot at the closest goblin.
Okay, so are you going to move a little bit outside the, or is it an actual cannon that you're?
This guy right here, I thought was already deployed. Wait, how do I make the?
Yeah, it
ping?
was. It's right here. I'm sorry, it's right here.
How do
You're
I
right, it's
ping?
right there. You just hold down on the mouse.
Pick the mouse.
It's
The
in
mouse clicker.
Oh, the mouse.
yeah, you got to be in roll 20,
Yeah, I'm in it.
and then
There you go.
That's not
And you're going to fire on this one right here. Okay. Roll for attack.
all right. Ooh, got a 14.
14?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see here. Ooh, a 14?
Yeah.
Okay, so
if I add my, do I add my any of my modifiers to it, or is it just the roll?
what's it? Is it under your actions or where is it under?
It says make a ranged spell attack. Yeah, so it's under my bonus actions.
Oh, it's a dex saving throw that the characters have to make.
Oh, there you go.
So I need to beat a DC 14. Okay, here we go. Okay, which it did. It was a 19. But they do take half that on a dex save. So roll 2d8s.
6 and 8. Not bad. 14 total.
All right. So 14 total. So it's going to take 7 damage. So as the Eldritch Cannon, you can see this air kind of like this air bubble kind of forming around this rather large. Well, first off, it was a small ass cannon that grew to the size of a normal cannon. Like mechanically, like all these things, it was about the size of a. I would say
it was a metal backpack I was carrying around.
Yeah, so it was, I would say the size of about a football. And as you threw it on the ground, you can hear all these like, and it keeps opening up into an actual cannon. As it does, and it's rather thin metal, but as it does, you can see this air kind of forming around this cannon, and it gets getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And as it does, it tightens and forms into a little ball, and then it rolls on top of the top of the cannon, and then into the chamber. And then as it shoots, this gust of this air blast flying forward hits the goblin, hitting its jaw up, knocking its neck back. The actual bone out of its neck flies out, and he falls back, completely just dead. Blood is splattering everywhere.
Yeah.
Nice.
Blood everywhere.
Savage.
And now it's my turn. I run out. I aim my newfangled weapon that y'all have never seen before, my pistol, take it out, and say, "Make my day, goblin." I open fire.
Okay, and you're shooting on the further goblin, correct? The one that's entangled?
One that's not dead yet.
The one that's entangled. Roll with advantage.
Oh, nice. 19 plus many. Plus 4. So 23 to hit. I assume that hits. And
where is the on your? Oh, I'm under Brall. That's why. One second. I'm just looking in a second. Okay. Roll for attack.
or
yeah,
for 23. 7.
Okay. So as you kind of spin this pistol in your hand, you shoot and you pull the trigger, and everybody around you hears this poof, and smoke kind of engulfs you a little bit, and this little tiny ball flies forward. Almost looks a little red tint to it for a little flame in it, and it strikes the goblin. And you don't really see much, and it enters into its shoulder. And then all of a sudden, the whole shoulder just explodes, and everything inside of it just kind of spills out, and he falls to the ground dead, and completely just dead.
I've never seen a wand like that.
That's what she said. Ah!
Oh my god.
Ain't no wand. I blow the smoke. Then
We will need a that's what she said counter at some point.
Yeah.
They'll just
Alright.
say TWSS in the corner and just 1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
Just change the campaign name to that's what she said.
That's what she said. Yeah.
That's what she said network.
All right. Anything else that you want to do, Jericho?
no, I had sufficiently blown the smoke out of my palm pistol. I'm good to go.
Hello, it is.
Why you're doing this to me, guys?
Palm pistol.
Cal, your turn, buddy.
You fire the
Alright.
thing with one hand or two.
One hand.
So what's left?
Kill shot.
Side.
You have. Looks like there is. One of the goblins ran away
Mhm.
after I forget who it was stood up and scared them. Was it you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the one of the top corners running away in the process of.
And this guy here, what's
He
doing?
is. He's hiding behind some mushrooms right now, and he has his. It looks like he's about to fire upon you guys.
Okay.
He's about half covered.
This is all difficult terrain here. All this
Mhm.
stuff.
Correct.
Okay. Well. Give me 1 second then. No, I can't reach him. Let's see. Oh, I know. Okay.
Tell us.
So first, if I run out, let's see, I'm gonna run out about here. So you said he's hiding behind some mushrooms. Does he have
Yeah.
cover?
He's half covered.
Then I'm not. I can't really do anything then. Pass, I guess. I really
You don't
have
have
no
any
option.
magic?
I could move, but I don't want to leave cover. And
There's only two of them.
Yeah, and they're goblins. Come on, man.
there's only one of them. One is running away.
So there's only one of them.
Ukalo, see if we can take one of them alive.
That's
Wait,
what I was
isn't
trying-
one of them
that's what I was
like
thinking.
I thought
entangled or something?
this, yeah, this one's a tangle.
He's in difficult terrain. This one died, who was entangled.
Oh, okay.
And then this one saved on his DC saving throw, but he's dead
What
as
is
well.
that? That.
Dead.
Sorry, I don't really have him. I don't have much of a view of him. He's half covered, so can't do much here. I don't have any ranged attacks.
Here's
So-
my bow.
I'm gonna hold my. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna hold an action. If he breaks cover, I'm gonna pull out my net. So I'm pulling out my net from my pack right now, and if he breaks cover, I'm gonna throw it at him. Try to get him.
Okay. So you're kind of like peering over the table, kind of like leaning over with like your eyes.
Yeah, like looking over, seeing if I could like check him while I pull out the net.
Okay. So you kind of have the net over your one hand, and you have one arm up on top of the table. Your eyes are kind of peering over to see what happens, what this guy does. Next is the goblin boss. So he is going to. He kind of looks around. He sees the entangled mess to his left, and sees two of his comrades dead. He looks below him, sees another comrade dead, and he sees another one of his, clansmen burning in a bush. And then he looks over his shoulder and sees the other goblin fleeing. So he's going to actually start backing up. And are you going to do anything, Cal, as he
I
backs
can't.
up? He's still covered
too
right
far
now.
away. He's too far away. My net only goes like 15 feet.
Okay, and then he climbs on the rope, and then he swings over, and then he drops down. And next is going to be Lux. Do you want to? I guess what would you like to do? They're all fleeing. You're kind of in a burning bush right now.
Yeah, I am.
Talk to the bush.
All right. So how far away are these guys? This goblin, or is that their
There is.
range?
I mean, there's a lot of.
Hey,
They're
DM,
pretty well
it's
covered.
still on me.
Oh, I'm sorry. My apologies. So there's still a lot of foliage between the two of you, and you are surrounded by flame at this point, so it'd be very hard to see them.
Speak to the burning bush.
Knowing that I've already seen this area, I like, is this hard to tell on the map? Is this like ground, or is this? What are they? Are they on the ground? Are they in the trees? Are they?
So they are kind of climbing over and on some. They're in mushrooms, kind of like pulling themselves up and kind of like hopping around the midst of these mushrooms at this moment.
All right, and they're trying to get away. All right, so can I do like a?
Think like Mines of Moria when they were on the columns, kind of skirming away.
Mm-hmm. So can I move? If I move to right here, can I see them better?
Yeah, you can see. I would say they're about a quarter covered.
Okay. All right, Frederick Packer, this is what I want to do. I would like to jump. Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20. I would like to jump to this guy, this one, but in midair, I want to shoot at this one.
Okay.
Okay.
I would say that's a roll for acrobatics.
So I have a 17 plus 7, 24.
Okay.
Right?
So you make the jump and you pull, and I'll shoot and roll for attack.
So they're running away from us, so their backs are to us?
Yeah. But they are partly covered, so just normal.
I have sharpshooter, so I ignored disadvantage.
You're right. So sorry.
So I'll use sharpshooter and assassinate the one that's furthest away.
Okay.
So 17 plus 5, 22 to hit.
That'll hit.
Assassin.
Sorry, wait. It's 19 to hit because I did a 19 to hit.
That still hits.
Okay. All right, so 15. 10, 11, 22, 32. So 37 damage plus poison.
So as you jump in the air, you pull your arrow, and as you're passing the back of the goblin who's trying to flee, he looks over his shoulder, and the arrow you release, he sees it pass right over his shoulder in eye level. As the arrow passes over his eye level, you can see this film, almost like this acidic layer, kind of start deteriorating on the arrow, and then it flies forward, pegging the other goblin that's fleeing in the back of the head, going right through. As the arrow goes through the forehead, it begins to melt a little bit, and it bends, and it lands on the nose of this goblin, and then this acid hole kind of goes through, and all you see are teeth and two giant holes where a nose once was, and this metal tip kind of sinking through the face of this goblin, and he dies.
There, goblin. All right, and then I'm on top of this goblin right here.
A quick, instant death.
So is he wearing armor where I'm not touching him, or when I land on him, am I touching him?
1 second.
Does he need to take poison? Or roll for poison?
Okay, so as you are about to land on his shoulders, he glitters, swaps places with the goblin you just killed, and you are now standing on the chest of the goblin you just killed.
Fair enough.
And you look down, it's just like the metal tip is still sinking in, and his face is kind of just like folding in and melting away, just becoming like this puddle of goo.
DM, what was his screams like?
It was pretty quick because they are through the back of the head.
Yeah, who did he cry out to in his last
It sounded
moment?
it sounded more like a sneeze. It was like, actually,
Did he specify any like names or ages of relatives?
I'm doing enough
that
job.
he-
I'm doing a good enough job in the detail. We're good.
Did he
All
have a
right.
dramatic soliloquy?
He was really going to need a life counselor after this. All right, after Lox.
Don't let him get away.
Oh,
Don't
man,
let him
you
get
wanna tag me
away.
in for a goblin
Okay.
soliloquy on death.
Wait,
I'm up for the
there's still
challenge.
something for me to do?
If you want to continue to pursue,
So right now the last goblin is still climbing.
he's about from your vantage point. You can't see him, but he's
And if
on his
I moved,
he'd be like 3/4 covered from that vantage point.
he's covered by what exactly? Just bush? Just extra bush that's
Like-
all over there?
Mushroom tipped, and like you can only see about a quarter.
Come
of
on. Come on.
You're why?
You can see about a quarter of his body throat.
So I
You to break out.
I want to fire my fire arrow at
I
the
need a cold
mushroom
shower
pit.
after this.
Okay, you're gonna fire your fire arrow.
Yes, I'm basically what I'm gonna try and do is have it burst so that way the goblin falls down from the mushroom. That's my intention.
It's covered in its sticky white goo.
Whatever this mushroom is made of, yes, whatever it's covered in. 13.
Does not hit. However,
If I'm hitting the mushroom tip, not trying to hit him.
sure. So as you go, it catches the mushrooms right in front of Lox.
Again.
Why would it do that?
Because the DM.
Lox, roll for.
Why do you want me and Lox to be enemies?
That's the question you gotta ask yourself.
Over there. Have you
Why do I
roll
keep
for
doing
a
these things for the danger
save? 1 second. Roll a dexterity saving throw.
That sounds right.
18 plus 7.
Okay, so everything around you catches on fire. You begin to hop from limb to limb to limb to limb, and you get to the top of this one mushroom, and it's all the other ones that are up in flames begin to fall to the ground. And below you is a giant pool of fire, but the one mushroom that you're standing on, the mushroom tip, you found that one tip.
Below you.
And you are
You found
you
him
are,
at
you are
mushroom
rested
tip to
below
fall
you.
on.
gently, your bosom is rested gently on top of that tip.
That's
All right. As I
Ruben
cradle
just said cowabunga, fam.
as I cradle the tip of the mushroom, can I just make eye contact with Loki and you motherfucker?
Yes, you can.
While he cradles the tip.
Next is going to be Brall.
That was me, wasn't it?
Danan, you have to roll.
I don't remember.
You're
I
right
rolled an
after roll.
18.
What are you doing?
Oh, I'm going to.
To move. 18 for walking.
You rolled an 18. Yes, bro, you can now move.
Oh, I was talking about initiative.
Oh, for initiative. Yeah.
Yeah,
You and Danan
Yeah.
tied at 18. Danan's right
Oh,
after
that's
you.
right.
Then
And then
after
she
Danan
beat
is
me in the
Jericho.
tiebreaker.
What?
All right. So the only one still left alive is the one who's running away.
one?
Yeah. Can I? Can I thread the needle with a javelin here?
It'd be a 50-foot throw. He's swinging behind flames and mushrooms, and he's about 3/4 covered. But you can see, I would say, a shoulder right now.
Is Lox below him?
Yeah, Lox is below him.
Okay.
On
How
the
many?
tip.
How many times are we gonna say below in this
Not
segment?
enough.
Okay.
So okay.
You're
I'm
gonna try to
trying-
thread the needle with
Below the
disadvantage.
mushroom tip.
Yeah, I'm trying to thread the needle without hitting Lox with a
Yeah,
javelin.
roll for disadvantage.
That all depends on
Oh, this is gonna be
Fred.
a disadvantage.
I think because you're not human, you'll be fine.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not going to attempt that. Yeah, I don't feel comfortable doing. I feel like I just ran out from behind the dinner table and saw what was going on, and saw how angry Lox is with Loki. And just let out a sigh. And that's it.
All right, Danan, your turn.
Okay. So from the perspective of this drawing, is this on the ground or this is like the
Those are
Like,
dandelions that are glowing. Like the ones that you puff and they blow away.
okay.
It's those, and they're glowing.
Okay.
Like fluorescent blue.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my staff of flight. And that grants me double my speed, right?
The staff of flight. Let me see.
Yes.
Huh? Make it
Woohoo!
full.
Yeah,
This
in
is-
any direction.
First time
This
using this
is-
one.
Staff of light or staff of flight?
Flight.
One moment.
FL.
I have not had a chance. The staff of flight.
What's here?
You can fly double your movement speed in any direction.
Okay. So I'm gonna just hop right here.
What the fuck?
Just
That
fly
person flies
there,
right
like-
by me. from
Yeah, I'm
behind the
gonna
table.
just like grab it and just speed that way. And do I see Lox in danger? Like, is he?
He's standing on top of a fiery, think Lion King when everything was on fire on top of Pride Rock,
Mhm.
except a mushroom.
No, not Mufasa.
Don't do that.
And
Don't do
there's,
that.
the flames are kind of engulfing him in a circular motion. He's standing in the middle on top of this tip.
Okay. Then, is he 10 feet from me?
He is 10 feet from you. Yes.
Okay. I'm going to poison spray this motherfucker.
Okay.
And I'm going to stand my hand down, just like trying to see if Lux can jump and grab it.
Okay. So
wait,
roll for attack or poison spray first.
Yeah, and I'm wearing my friendship gloves. I never take them off. That's a plus. That's
I
a
have to make
7.
no, I'm sorry. I have to make a Constitution saving throw.
Me?
Me.
Oh.
So it's at will. The save is a Constitution 14, and he does not. So that is 1d12 poison damage that you deal.
That's a 4. That's a 6.
Okay. So as you spray, the spray actually hits the goblin, and it hits him in his hands as he's kind of swinging through and holding on to this mushroom. As that happens, the mushroom begins to melt a little bit, and he falls off of the mushroom, landing in the fire below Locks, and then completely gets engulfed in flames, and you could just hear this screech.
I'm not gonna make a face or anything. I'm just focusing on saving Locks with my hand, reaching out.
Okay, Locks, what would you like to do?
If I can, I'd love to jump over to the princess.
Roll for acrobatics.
Uh, 10 plus 17.
Okay, you jump up and you grab onto her friendship glove, and roll for strength, Danon.
I'm a whopping 30.2 pounds or something like that.
So first time ever flying.
Fuck. I hope we both don't. Oh, okay. Plus strength. Okay, so that's at 16 total.
Okay, and you grasp on, and you are flying, holding this rod, and holding onto Locks as you do with your glove firmly.
I'm just gonna be like grabbing into it and just gonna like tiptoe like to.
All right, as you do, you guys are kind of going through the air, and you land on the ground with Locks, and we will end our battle here, and also take a quick 10-minute break. And we will be back in 10 minutes. Everybody take a quick break, and we are out of battle. You survived.
Man, time to switch the soundtrack.
Easy as pie.
Switch it to. You might need to keep the battle
everybody
music
also-
until after Locks talks to me.
Yeah, if everybody could mute yourselves too, that'd be gratefully helpful. And we'll see you all back in 10 minutes.
10.
Do-do-do. Well, let's hit him with the. I don't know if everybody's back yet. Are we waiting for anybody? We are. So let's hit him with the video real quick. And yeah, we'll be right back as soon as we play this video. Well, hello, everybody. Hello.
Bonjour.
All right, so let's get back into it. I know we're still waiting on Terry. He'll be back here momentarily, I'm sure.
Momentarily.
Very good. Can we get a puppy update? How's the puppy doing?
Update.
Okay.
And I'm gonna roll.
A pup date? We need a pup date.
He was right here, and now he's.
Good thing we asked for a pup date. Uh-oh.
No, but he was
Oh.
really
No,
he's doing great.
He's
He was-
actually sleeping, or not sleeping, but he's underneath the table right now. You see him?
Oh. He's probably like, what weird world am I in? All right, so let's get back into the action. So, Danan, you land with Locks on the ground, but the forest of mushrooms and dandelions is now bursting into flames all around you guys, and the fire is catching and kind of beginning to surround the group. What would you guys like to do?
Oof.
Let's get out of here.
Is there a clearing? Is there a path that we could follow? A clear path?
Yeah, so
Anywhere?
forward, you do see a path, and the archway is in flames, but the ground and things are kind of falling to the ground, embers and ash and pieces of these trees that are still on fire, kind of falling to the ground. So the flame, it's like this archway, if you will.
I would like to run the opposite direction of the fire.
Okay, that would be back which way you guys came.
I want to gather up my eldritch.
But you do
cannon.
see a clearing underneath the archway as well.
So I'm going to just start doing that.
But you have to get through the flames in order to get past it. But you're not. You can make the run, but things are falling from the from the ceiling. They may hit you as you run through.
All right.
I don't
Princess,
know.
which way?
I'm going to attend to my eldritch
Let's
cannon.
get back to the group. We gotta go.
Do we have water? Anyone has water?
Can we use prestidigitation to actually kind of try and shrink
It's a
the
5-foot cube.
fire?
5-foot cube.
So each, but like if Danan and I both concentrate on an areas and
Yeah.
start to like use it with it like within 5-foot cube, and then like keep trying to like push it down.
It would be per action, and it would only it could be 5 feet at one time. So it wouldn't. For what you're trying to do, no.
From where I'm at, can I see Jericho getting his cannon and Yukalo?
Jericho, do you want to describe what you're doing?
Yeah, so I'm just going over there, and when it collapses down, it turns into like a little kind of circular thing with hinges all over it. I just grab it up and put it over my back. Oh, this fire's getting really out of control. Let's get out of here. Can I just sprint towards the exit? Is this?
Are you sprinting back, or are you sprinting towards the archway that's on fire, but you can see there's a clearing on the other side of the archway?
Oh, there we go. So the archway is up north.
Yeah, just kind of here. I'll bring back the map. I'm kind of playing this theater of the mind right now, but yeah, this little archway right here.
Oh, I see it now. Yeah.
Is this like a mountain, or is it just an archway?
So this right here, these are dandelions that are on fire, and there's flames kind of encompassing all of this right now.
Okay. Princess through the arch.
Oh, okay. I guess.
Guys, I really think we should stop setting wooded areas on fire.
I know, right?
I was just going to say we should talk about spatial awareness.
A great furball once told me only you can prevent forest fires.
Can Danon and I run hand in hand through this?
Yeah.
Through this
So
archway?
let's kind of cue away from the map. We're kind of done with the map for now. This is all through the mind at this point. Okay, so what are you guys doing? Just kind of describe the.
Let's all like make our way through the trying to avoid falling debris and flame.
I'm going to be running with my arms behind me, Naruto style, and just trying to weave in between.
Who's going first?
Falling debris.
I think Danon and I were
Loki.
closest, so we're
Yeah, they're
okay.
flying through.
Lux and Danon both roll. Actually, everybody roll a dexterity saving throw. If we're all going, everybody roll a dexterity saving throw.
Where are we going?
Nice.
Through the archway.
What is on the other side of the archway?
A clearing
14
as far as
plus
we could-
21.
21.
17.
13.
23.
18.
Jericho.
19.
We're a bunch of goddamn ballerinas.
What'd you roll, Jericho?
19.
19. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Everybody's running through. Danon, you do have a little bit of a number that kind of falls on your shoulder and it singes you a little bit. You take 3 points of fire damage, but you kind of shrug it off and you push through, and everybody kind of comes out to the other side. And as you come out to the other side, the dandelions and everything, you look back behind you, and everything you just saw is now gone. Everything you just experienced, all the dandelions, all the debris, all the fire, all the the mushroom tips, all of it's gone. You look back and you're just seeing long, tall redwood trees with some brush on the ground, and you look in front of you. You're in a bit of a clearing, and you're surrounded by giant trees.
So I'm gonna I was on the caboose of this coming out of it. And I want to kind of be completely unfazed by the fact that everything had just changed. And I'm just kind of walking past everybody. Well, get used to it. This is the Feywild. Can't believe anything you see here. So I guess we continue off this way. Just keep going towards whatever comes our way. Or are we going to fulfill this guy's plan and grab that sword?
I'm going to quickly, I want to cast Detect Portal to see if Than is listening and or around.
Okay.
So I do that. So
Is it just like something where you automatically?
yeah, I just cast
it?
I just say I
Okay, so you kind of look behind you, and you sense what you went through just now was a portal. The other side, you have a presence of Thanuel. But where you're at right now, you don't necessarily sense anything.
I don't think he's listening anymore. So I'd like to say Jericho, you know how he was talking about the sword and how everyone's very uncomfortable, procuring a murder weapon.
Not uncomfortable at all. I'm not. I just want to make that
not
clear to
you.
the entire
I'm
party.
talking about the scrubs in the party. But we've got this sword. What if we give it to the Autumn Queen and
Wait.
tell her about
What?
this plot?
So I
It's-
want to turn to Danan and I want to say, Danan, you're from here, right? The Feywild.
Yes.
Can you tell us what you know about the Autumn Queen? Is she a good person?
She wouldn't kill us if we brought her a thing and said, "Hey, this was going to be used to kill you."
No, but just in general, what type of person is she? Is she the leader of the good people down here, or is she the leader of the chaotic murder you people down here?
She is the leader of her people.
Yeah, they're called the Unseelie. They're the bad ones. They will do anything they can to just get the upper hand on you.
Yeah. I
Are they a minor power or a major?
She's really strong. She's really powerful. And not only her, the entire court. At least that's what I knew about her. Apparently 1,000 years ago.
Yeah, that's a long time.
Yeah.
I've been here
I mean-
more recent, and I've gotten a pretty decent handle on things tucked away where I am. And that's still how it is around here. But they're not great people. What do you owe them?
I don't think I owe her anything. I mean,
Yeah, me neither.
she's
Let's go get the sword.
she's really well. The thing is that my family and a few more people, we were invited to a party, so I guess that we were technically welcome to an extension of the court. But I have mixed memories, and now everything is really confusing.
What do
I
you
don't know,
mean,
maybe.
memories?
Well, I remember dancing, to be honest. Originally, that's the last thing that I remember, being at a party and dancing. And then, boom, I was in ether. And that was it. And I met you guys, and I was trying to find my way back home. But then I come back here, and 1,000 years have happened, and I don't know. I'm really confused, and I'm so sad.
Well, maybe
I'm-
you weren't the only one that had been transported to Ether. Maybe your whole family was. Maybe you just were in different places.
Yeah. Just being positive.
Danan, I know what it's like to be out of time or out of place. It's not easy. But if you're determined enough, I'm sure that both of us can find a way back to the way that things were.
Yeah. And I'm sorry that I came really bad and mean towards you. Because
I think an important thing is to first address the elephant in the room, or the elephant that was in that area. So we were just attacked by goblins in a space. What was that? That
Probably
wasn't.
I have to ask. Yeah, we keep
You think it was an
getting attacked
illusion?
without really knowing why. I think we should try to at least take one of the chaps from our next encounters alive for question. Might be able to clear something up.
I don't really think it was an illusion, because the man who is very good with illusions was frightened.
yeah,
He
he
was
left.
actually the one who left, and And if I'm not mistaken, there was a dwarf with them. Who was this dwarf?
We'll talk about the dwarf. I don't think he was frightened. The
dwarf?
Thanuel. I think he just didn't want to be inconvenienced with a fight. There's no way that a handful of goblins scared him off.
But he's someone who he didn't shy away from a fight, and he wasn't annoyed by the Erakakra that we were being attacked by before. I mean, it seems very odd that he would just leave us to a pack of goblins to fend for ourselves.
He's just an ox.
Do you
Maybe
think
he wasn't scared. Maybe he just didn't want to be seen.
Yeah, or that.
so? Do you think that they were sent by somebody else, perhaps the queen?
If only
Perhaps
we had one of them to talk to.
We were essentially in cahoots with a usurper.
True.
I'm sure the Autumn Queen must know about his dealings. Maybe she's already. I mean, we could be walking through the Feywild to find this sword, but we could be fighting the Autumn Queen all the way there. I feel like we need to know more about this land and more about what the Autumn Queen really means to this people that are here.
I'm sorry.
Right, so
Did the Autumn Queen offer you a chance to get home?
She could, maybe, if we were to give the sword to her.
Perhaps. Wow. Maybe we could give the sword to Lux, and maybe he could get us home. No offense, Lux.
None taken.
Right, like I said, maybe we should talk to one of these other ones next time.
We have knowledge of one person who can
Yeah.
travel in between these lands. One person.
How many
Do you
other
want to go
people
talk
have
to
we met?
every other person? Or can we talk to the one person who offered us a deal to get back home?
Danan has traveled between these lands as well, and she was at a party with the Autumn Queen.
A
Yeah, I
1,000
traveled in
years
between
ago,
these-
how much has changed then?
Apparently, the Autumn Queen is still existent. So
That's
maybe
because
What if she sent
queens,
me?
They exist. It's a title, mate. Could be a different one.
What if she
that's a good
sent
point.
me? What if she banished me?
You don't even. Yeah, exactly.
Why would she banish you?
I don't know.
Who knows? We don't know anything about this queen. All we know is that she's Queen of the Unseelie.
And
Where
that's
does she
why I
live?
think that we need to find out more about her before we start to decide her fate.
She lives in a place called Throne of
Do you think-
Darkness.
Do you think she killed my family?
What?
What if she killed my
I'm-
family?
Why would she kill your family if she invited
She's-
you to a
She's
party?
Queen of the bad guys. She's Queen of the bad guys.
Just kind of.
That does seem pretty evil. Get invited to a party.
Well,
Maybe it was not in her control.
there have been like songs about people who does that.
I am the last person who would ever want to agree with Loki and Loki. The bullshit that just went on. We will reconnect later, but I'm the last person who would be on your side. But I do agree. We need to find out what's going on. I mean, we need to talk to someone. Is this a good idea? I'm not shy about taking anyone's life, queen or otherwise, but I want to make sure we're not getting played.
Maybe we should go hunting for an encampment.
Encampment of what?
Well, either way, my point is this: right now, we don't have anything to bargain with. We're pawns, right? All of us. So
Yeah.
I think that either way, either to this fucker who is playing with us or the queen, they're basically, they want the same thing. They want the sword. So I think that maybe we should get it and then figure it out what we want to do with it.
Auction it off to the highest bidder.
I think so.
Maybe that's the only way that we can.
Agreed.
Maybe that's the only way that I can actually help you guys to go back home. Because I don't have the power myself. So
I say we take a vote. Perhaps.
What was that along the way? I agree we should take a vote, but I just wanted to hear
along the way that we should also maybe, if there's anybody that can tell us about these two powers that be, maybe get some information along the way, and we can come to a conclusion as we.
Yeah, what is the frequency of villages, towns? What do you call them here?
Towns.
How often can we?
I don't think that we want to go to the city. I think that we could find like a village or something like that.
Yeah.
And just ask, the folk, the simple folk, what they think.
DM, what do our surroundings? You said we're in.
Make a perception check for me.
To perceive my surroundings.
Well.
All right.
As you're taking a deeper
a dirty 20.
Okay. So you see, you're basically standing in a little clearing in a redwood forest. The trees are giant. They look somewhat vaguely familiar to you, as if you've been here before. And as you're looking around, you see tracks kind of about you on a quick glance.
I take a big inhale and favorite terrain.
Yeah, didn't you say something about plus something or dice rolls the last time we walked through a wooded area?
I don't remember.
It gets dicey.
Yeah.
Features and traits.
Dive headfirst into that bush.
My proficiency bonus is doubled on intelligence and wisdom checks. Great, because I get terrible intelligence anyway. All right. So what were we voting on, Loki?
So, what are the two decisions here? One is to find the sword and give to the pointy-haired guy, the horn guy.
Option 2 sounds like it's go get the sword and then figure out along the way what we're going to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm much more comfortable agreeing to that.
Really, in a way, I proposed option 2, even though several people contributed to it. I was really the one who put the fully formed idea out there. Just putting that out there. Anyway,
Step
continue.
1
Option
to
2.
being a great leader is to always give credit to others and take responsibility on yourself.
That's exactly what I was doing. Thank you.
I think there are many in this world that can learn from what Brall has just spoken. Many.
I would say I'm a great leader, but I try.
What do you guys? What's the move here?
I vote option 2.
I
Figure it out along the way. Definitely, it sounds like we need to procure this sword.
I think that we'll need to find a village of some kind anyway to find out the whereabouts of this sword.
Well,
I don't
see
know
some-
my way around here.
Oh, there's some tracks
Danan,
over
I don't
there.
think you've been here in this area of the Feywild.
Well, there's some tracks over there.
I have.
Where are those tracks gonna go?
changes.
I don't know. Let me get a better look at them.
You're just gonna follow any tracks that are in the Feywild?
That's not how tracking works, friend.
I know how tracking works. You don't just follow whatever tracks are in the ground.
That's why
You
I'm
need
going
to know
to
what you're
identify
following beforehand.
the tracks. Thank you, Captain. So I would like to identify the
this group likes. Never mind.
I would like to also try to identify the tracks at the same time, and just so that way I can identify
So
the
you can
tracks
say it
either
right
before
before
him or better than him.
All
Okay,
right. Should
I'm
we
gonna walk
roll
away
for
from
it?
clown show and go look for
both of you
flower.
roll.
What are we
While
rolling?
they're
You're rolling
while they're doing
for
that,
investigation, right?
Okay.
Would it be survival investigation or
Yeah, you can do survival. You can do survival, yes.
for
Survival's
the
fine.
tracks?
while they're
Oh,
doing
nature.
that, I
It'd be
want to
nature. Roll for nature.
Brall.
Roll for nature.
Okay.
Nature?
All right, Lucky.
So I have a natural 20,
Oh.
plus
Really?
4. Yes. Because it's
I
in the
will-
Fey, I got advantage.
Nice. Nice.
So I rolled a
uh,
20 and a 17.
Okay. What was the first roll?
A 17. If the tracks are related to the Fey, it would be a natural 20.
So as an action, I can just spend a spell slot to sense whether any aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead are present within a mile of us. So I'm just as soon as the tracks are identified, before you don't tell us what they are yet, but as soon as we know what they are, I'm just going to point in the direction that it is.
Okay. So you take a look at the tracks, and then as you're standing next to the track, Loki, you look at your boot, and you look at the bottom of your boot, and then you look at the track, and you look at the bottom of your boot again, and you recognize that it's pretty similar.
It's your boot. I found Loki's boot. That's what I found.
Then you look at the other track.
Like I said,
Wait,
and
there's
hold on,
don't
another
just
track?
follow any
You're-
track.
I said
Wait,
there's
hold
multiple-
on.
There's multiple tracks. And you look at the other, and it looks like amphibian. And you do get a sense of Fey on one of the tracks. And then you also see a set of tracks which are barefoot as well.
Would you
And
say
then
they're
you-
like squatty, like a
It's
dwarf?
all of our
Like
own
a
tracks.
dwarf.
I get it. It's all of our tracks leading into this portal.
Uh-huh.
But that's weird because
Well, the tracks are actually going the opposite direction which way you guys are walking right now.
Oh,
we walked into the portal and then we walked out of the portal.
yeah.
Good
I just
job,
scratched
Loki.
my head. Yeah, that was fantastic. Thank you, DM. I have no more spell slots.
Well, thanks to Okello's ideas,
Yes.
we should go take a long rest somewhere. Perhaps
I put my
set up
hands on
camp.
my hips.
That was an excellent exercise in dick measuring.
Mine was
And I just
bigger.
start resting. Your boot. print.
I'll track these tracks before you do.
So, how we all feeling?
All right. So we still have no idea where we are.
I know things.
Wait,
I
wait. Danan, you have a compass, don't you?
Nope.
No, she lost it.
It was lost?
Hmm. When we landed here, I lost it. It just disappeared.
Can we still tell that north,
I think I can.
based on the sun?
No, the
I think-
sun's always in the same spot here.
But I think that I can have like at
Where
least,
the
like,
same spot?
basic, going to north, right?
Let me chime in here really quick. The sun looks like it is setting at this particular moment in time. It's
So
dusk.
can we go to the right? Is that north?
So at least do I at least have like a
What is
So
it?
when you look over to your
Yeah.
left, it's setting. It looks like it's setting in the west.
Okay, so we just go straight then.
if I want to go north, where would I go?
What was?
If you want to go north, if you're going north, then the direction you would want to go is you'd want to turn.
If sunset is to the left.
Are you looking at the sunset right now?
No, I want to go north. That's it.
So you
Yeah,
wanna go-
I think that's the simplest way of just saying
Yeah,
it's going
I just
north.
want to go north. I will
Okay,
start
based
walking
off the
north.
sun, based off the sun, setting in the
That'll,
west.
that'll uncomplicate things a little bit.
You turn 180, and
Nope.
you
Brawl had it. It was 90 degrees.
90
So
degrees.
to the right. Yeah.
Oh God, measurements. Oh shit. You
No
begin
worries.
walking north.
This is
We got-
north.
We
And
got
as I
your
walk
back.
in,
Awesome. So
So
what
the
was
party
the-
heads
We're all-
north.
we're all-
That party heads north. What was the place called that
I'll make
he was
sure to
talking
put that
about?
in a recap.
That Than was talking about. What was it called?
the what?
he was talking
The place
about-
we're headed with the sword. It
Oh,
was called.
After a long discussion, the group decided to go north.
After
that
identifying which direction was north.
way! That's where we're going. I think it was the
Okay,
Twilight
so,
something, right?
you recall him telling you the story where the giants
Ugly
were
giant.
misshapen into Fomorian, and the Fomorian fled from the light, delving into the dark places beneath the ground, where they carved a new kingdom out of the rock.
Right.
Huge stony halls, forests of rough-hewn columns, and possibly deep obolates, innumerable vaults of gems and golds, with Geb Gadur, king of the Fomorian kingdom, lording over all.
Is this the Underdark?
Sounds exotic.
Based off of your knowledge at this point, you know that if you went to the dark places, there's only one place where it's dark in the Feywild.
Under.
That's
Down under.
like north.
So wait, is down on the south?
No, it's north. That's what Than said.
Okay.
Fomorians are kind of mean and really tall, strong, kind of brutes. So maybe
It'd
we
be
need
hard
to
to talk
take a
to,
small
right?
choice. Sorry, what?
They'd be hard to talk to.
Yes, they're not the brightest. So maybe
Do
we
they
need to,
speak a certain language?
I think they speak giant. Am I wrong?
I
Giants?
believe. Is that primordial?
No, it's giant.
Fine.
Primordial? Jeepers.
Teleportial?
Do you speak a language called primordial? Ukalo?
Where like I can speak like Hydra and like all that those giant things. The primordial.
Interesting. I'm learning so many new things about you.
Oh, I'm not. I wasn't saying that in character. Sorry.
All right.
Jericho,
I'll just
as you,
Just-
Danan, as you are leading the way north, the group begins to kind of, as you guys are talking, walking forward, the trees around your sides, you're looking around, you can hear some noises. Roll for perception, Danan.
Perception.
Roll that perception.
+3, so that's 19.
Okay. You hear something very, almost like a gurgling, like coming ahead of you, but it doesn't sound like it's too far. There's a little bit of a hill and you can kind of see a shadow casting down sideways as it walks towards you. And the shadow makes it look seem very large, and you're.
Uh-oh. We need to hide. Immediately.
I duck behind a tree.
Same.
All right, we all
It's
go
around us.
look down.
As you guys all hide behind trees.
Get off the road!
Real quick. Follow me, fools. As you guys do this, you can see this human walking on between trees, kind of bouncing off these trees. He's dressed wearing a green cape. He has black hair that is kind of pulled back. He has a little bit of a limp in his hitch, if you will, a hitch in his step. He's wearing a vest that's kind of torn up, and a little goatee at the bottom. And you recognize this face as he kind of, oh God, oh.
We
Who
all
does?
recognize this face.
Yeah, you all recognize this to be Thomas.
What?
As
I
he's
ready
kind
my
of,
weapon.
Oh,
Jericho, you have no idea who this is.
Yeah, no, I ready my weapon.
You can tell, Pain is kind of bouncing between tree to tree. Oh my God! Oh, it hurts so much.
How far away is he? How far away is
Thomas?
he?
You guys are all surrounding him right now as he has no idea that you're there, and he's just kind of bouncing off trees, kind of stumbling forward.
Jericho,
I
stay your
run
hand.
up to him.
We know
I
him.
run up to him and cast lay on hands.
Oh God! Oh, that feels so good.
Oh, Thomas.
Oh, I can
Thomas,
see again. I've been bouncing from tree to tree. It hurts so much.
by the way, I healed him for 5 hit points.
Oh, but my leg still hurts a little bit.
It's good. to
Yeah.
see
Oh
you,
my God.
old
This-
Dodger.
I'm spent, Thomas, so we're gonna have to live with this for right
Wait,
now.
Is this
What are you
you?
doing here?
Is that you, Brall?
What are you doing here?
Oh, well, I got in the pocket, and I ventured out, and I swam around. Oh, and I hit some rocks, and a couple rocks went into my eyes, and I had stones in them, and it hurt really bad, and my leg hurts. Remember that time when you guys put me up in the thing, and I fell, and well, anyways,
Yeah, that was a good day.
that was so long ago. Where have you been?
Well, funny story.
Does he look older? Actually, real quick.
He just looks way more beat up. And
You said he has a goatee. Did he have a goatee before?
Yeah, he had a goatee before. It's a little scraggly, but before it was well kept.
that's why I didn't like him. Fucking goatee.
Get off the road, quick! Thomas
Wait.
is coming.
Is
Oh,
that
don't let him talk to you.
Sounds like we should have
Loki.
kept behind the trees.
That's a Jericho.
Is that Loki's voice I hear?
Oh,
It is.
God.
It is. We're all here. We're all here.
You're all here. He just kind of breaks down in tears and falls to the ground crying.
How did you get here?
What do you mean? That's a certain point was right there.
Is there more portals maybe opening?
Define
Is it under
our
attack, Thomas?
surroundings. To our
Thomas, are
surroundings.
you under attack? Why are you so bloodied?
I barely escaped with my life. But bro, what are you saying?
Do our surroundings right now look like surroundings of Sturgeon Point?
It looks like where right before you guys went to that rock to fight the.
Oh, I'm asking Thomas this.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I mean, it's not much has changed. The trees are here. I mean, there's a few more cut down, but don't you remember? I mean, you've only been
Wait.
gone for like 6
So we're
months.
back.
What do you mean you're back? I haven't seen you in 6 months. You ventured to go bring back the captives.
Did the Sedan make it back? Did they make it?
No, we never saw the Sedan.
Wait a second. Is it fair to say that the reason why we are seeing the sunset was because we're no longer in the Feywild?
I would assume so.
You're in the. I don't know anything of a Feywild. Does anybody have a cane?
That's where we've been
like,
for the last 6 months, Thomas.
Do you
Get with the
mind,
program.
Don't. It's been a long day. I had to
Thomas,
literally
Thomas.
skin my own fish. It was tough.
Speak when spoken to.
I literally ate rotten bear that I found on a rock. It was gross.
Thomas, have some water. I offer
Interesting.
him my flask.
Water.
Does anybody
I do a perception check?
Make
Does
a
he take a
perception
drink?
check?
Yeah, I want to make a perception check on if we're still in the Feywild.
By the
Yeah,
way,
yeah.
DM,
Yeah.
that was the flask that I had Brall fill up with Fey water.
Oh shit!
Yeah. Nice.
Oh boy!
Nice. Oh, thank you, Carlo. Thank you.
I'm gonna need to make myself another drink. Hold on 1 second. I need if I'm gonna get into this.
No, we want to know. We want to know. Okay, wait.
Jeez.
Oh wait, maybe this will be like ayahuasca, where Thomas
What?
achieves self-awareness.
What is
we can
ayahuasca?
Maybe Thomas is actually Fey, and he'll understand things.
No,
now.
I wouldn't like him. He was Faye.
Ayahuasca is.
I don't think you like every Fey creature that exists.
Ayahuasca.
But
is
at
a
least I will,
psychedelic plant.
respect him.
What about a hag? You don't like a hag. Maybe he's a hag.
But I'm
Thomas,
afraid of them. I respect them.
Thomas like slams down this water. Whew, that tastes weird.
Oh, just you wait.
It should.
Well,
taste
it
weird.
wasn't the mushroom ale, right? It was just the water from the pump.
It
or
was
the
the
creek.
water from the stream. Yeah.
Right, okay. Whew, well, yeah, that tastes a little weird. Whew.
You're welcome.
Where are we? Where are we?
Where are we? Where are you?
Yeah, we lost. So I think we're back.
Wait, I'm curious if this is
Can I
what
read
we're
the-
seeing.
I'm going to lie down really quick. Wow.
I will start. I don't care.
I'm just gonna need a minute. Fox, you have your legs got a little bit thinner.
Thomas, I hate you.
Hate's a
I will-
strong word.
I will spend 5 minutes tormenting, giving him like the worst trip ever. I'm gonna use like prestidigitation, and I'm gonna just make sounds and baby cries, and I will make like really flappy sounds. Like,
Do you hear that? Do you hear that? Do you hear that? Do you hear that? Do you hear that?
I'm going to start
No,
walking
why?
towards Sturgeon Point.
Bro,
Wait.
I'm coming with you.
Yeah.
It
Dude,
Wait,
takes me.
I rolled a dirty
Starts
20.
bouncing off trees. I'm sorry, tree. Didn't see that. Oh, I'm sorry, tree. What a nice. Do you see the moss? It's so soft. So soft, moss. He's just kind of sitting there by the tree, petting it as you guys kind of venture off without Thomas.
Mm-mm. No, I'm gonna.
What a character.
I'm gonna just like grab him by the collar and just start like dragging him with us.
It's like, oh well, everything's just okay. Yeah, did you do something with your hair?
Talk to me again, and I will punch you.
Yeah.
Yeah, do we have
Is
anything that any spells? that-
Jericho, roll for perception.
Yeah, I rolled
What'd you
a
roll?
dirty 20.
Okay. Yeah, you don't feel like you're in the Feywild right now.
All right, I'm kind of going a little crazy on the inside, but I'm going to keep it cool on the outside.
I turn around and say, Jericho, welcome to our reality.
I don't
Oh,
know
shit.
how you can be sure of that. This
Why
place
don't-
seems kind of fishy. Oh. Just kinda-
Jericho,
So
I would keep on the down low. that
Why didn't you guys come back? Why didn't you free the Sedan?
So, this crazy thing, we were invited to dinner. And that
You got
dinner,
dinner, and you
and-
got us all back at a certain point?
no, the problem is that dinner brought us to the Feywild. And we thought we were only there for a few days. And it turns out that was several months.
Oof. Oh, man. People joining in, just watching us, all 6 of you. I'm acting. I'm not like this all the time.
Oh, he's like this all the time.
This is
Were
Thomas, and I'm
people
gonna be.
asking that?
I don't
This
know.
is Thomas,
What's-
and I'm
what's
just
wrong
holding
with
his
the
head
DM?
like this. Don't move it. Don't like that.
Ooh.
Just holding his head.
Okay. I think I need to
Brawl,
throw
don't
up.
you waste your breath on him. He's tripping out right now.
He's
Roll for dexterity, Danon.
You
No, he
are
tries to-
freaking out.
if he starts like he tries to bite me, I will just like
Roll for dexterity. Okay. So as you he kind of flips around, his head jerks, and just spews puke all over the front of your shirt. And like a little bit gets on your chin, and it just kind of drips down, and you have just this throw up all over you. And then he kind of like turns to the right and just starts spewing out on the ground, and like just waterfalls of phlegm is just kind of flowing out. And then he kind of, oh,
That water's a lot worse than I thought it was.
Are Brall and I far away from this, or are we close by?
you're about, I would say, 5 feet ahead, but you hear it ahead of you or behind you. And then you kind of,
okay.
Can I
buddy.
grab something blunt off the ground? Anything blunt, like a log, a rock.
Okay,
anything.
buddy. Everything is gonna be okay, buddy. It's okay. Don't worry. It's a bad trip. It's okay.
I'll cast Prestidigitation to unsoil Danon's clothing from the.
okay. As you walk close, roll for dexterity.
Oh, really? Dexterity saving throw or just roll for dexterity?
Roll for dexterity.
Oh, so low. Hold on. So I rolled a 3, but I have dexterity. I'm just pulling up my
I hope
thing.
you have
Okay.
dexterity. If you had no dexterity.
So 7.
Perfect.
So as you start cleaning Danon and the soiling starts going away, she's clean. Your hand, you're kind of holding it up. All of a sudden, looking over in your direction, just again, Thomas just spews all over you, and just all over your hand and onto your shoulder, and a little bit gets in your mouth, and you can taste it. And it tastes like raw fish.
Oh my
I'm gonna
God.
immediately spit it out as quickly as possible.
All right, since I've got this log, can I just jump and hit him in the head and knock him out?
Oh my God.
roll for attack.
I'm still holding him, so maybe he should have like advantage because I'm still holding his head.
I've got a 15.
Stop waving that thing around.
Okay, so 15.
I'm just like holding it like.
you knock him over the head, and he kind of looks at you, and you can see in his eyes like he feels really betrayed and hurt, and like he can't believe that you did that. And then he's just like, why? And then he just falls back and passes out.
Oh, okay.
All right,
What?
custodian point.
What happened? What did you give him?
And you're holding him with his head and is on his knees now, Danon.
Yeah.
And he's just
Can we
I'll
drag
cover
him
with
off to the
puke,
side?
and I'm like, oh my God.
So I'll use prestidigitation on everything, like, but it, obviously because there's so much of it, it's gonna take me a couple of minutes to get all of it out.
you can try as hard as you want. You just can't get the taste out of your mouth.
Oh my God.
Based on Thomas's comments, I feel like we should prepare ourselves for battle.
I was thinking the same.
I just used the rest of my restorative abilities on Thomas.
Oh, I have nothing.
Well, that was foolish.
I have something, but if we're gonna go into battle, I mean, are we gonna miss
Yeah,
this
me
guy?
too.
I don't think we are.
We haven't
No.
had a long rest.
No.
It's
It
it's
seems
about
like we're all agreed.
I just think that
No.
he has like a really bad trip, and I feel like, oh, shit. Poor guy.
I
So-
might not remember it all.
we're at least like
Maybe.
what
Maybe.
an hour away from Sturgeon Point.
Make a nature check.
I'm gonna nature check before him.
Natural 19.
Okay. And
Uh,
then, with
21.
your nature check before him.
Yeah, I kind of look around, but I rolled a natty 1, so.
Please speak loudly about whatever you
Just like-
remember.
You're kind of like looking at the water you gave him, and you're like, Loki, you can estimate you're about maybe 30, 40 minutes away.
So it feels like it looks around. It looks about 30 minutes from Sturgeon Point.
So we are
But
back?
but it is sunset, so it may be something that a case where we may want to hold up camp
Oh,
beforehand.
so we're back.
It seems so. I mean, it sounds to like from Thomas that we're about 6 months back too late.
And
And
also,
we don't even know-
attack.
I mean, Thanuel was, if I remember correctly, he also disappeared the sedan.
Yeah,
What happened to the sedan? We never asked him about that.
we did not.
I guess we were interrupted during the time that we would normally be able to ask him.
How many of us were thinking about asking it?
Last I
It-
saw, we left him in the cage. I mean,
As they weren't in the cages when I jumped through the portal.
Yeah,
Alright,
Thanuel
but
brought
he's a
They
master of
disappear.
illusionists. All he did was snap his fingers. Who's to say he didn't just cast a spell to make us think like that they weren't there?
They
Well,
went
then that's a
missing.
fucking terrible thing for him to do.
Which is why, again,
That-
we should probably find somebody who knows a bit more about this sword. Maybe we can
So-
thwart or whatever.
But was the sword in the Feywild or was it in the
Yeah. It was in the
real
Feywild.
plane? It's in the
It
Feywild.
was,
So we're in the wrong place.
what was the area he called it? That he didn't. Did he call it anything? Did he
Yeah.
specifically say?
Yeah,
I'm asking the DM. Did he specifically say any location?
All right, everyone stop and
the-
grab their puppies.
It was the oh my gosh, 1 second. Oh, dog, stop.
That's your puppy.
He just woke up from a nap, so he needs to be.
Yeah, get a good nap.
He had a good nap. He's been a good boy.
The Everdark, is
Everdark.
the area.
Yeah, okay, I have it. And the Feymore have it.
Mhm.
That is the area.
Where's water?
The Everdark is in the Feywild. Yeah.
Yeah, the Everdark is the area where it's very dark.
Constantly playing Evanescence.
Constantly.
yes.
So what would the group like to do?
Start heading toward the Everdark. I mean, start
Love it.
Sturgeon Point. Sturgeon Point.
No, as we said, we don't know if we're in for a battle. We don't know if we can actually.
We should rest.
Rest, we're
Handle
just gonna have a nap right now. Wait,
We need
we're
to
back in the past.
maybe have camp.
Yeah.
yeah, Marty, you're back in the past. I mean, Jericho.
Get it, Morty.
Okay. I don't like this.
It's all right, Jericho. We'll figure it out.
All right. I'm just gonna cross my arms and be just like
Just
thinking to myself.
Enjoy a trip into
Um,
the past.
All right, so it's still sunset, right? Still sunset?
DM.
DM?
I'm shaking my head.
Lux, perhaps you and I should find some food, and while everyone else sets up camp.
Yeah, let's go off together in the woods, together alone, and go find food.
Yeah. I think that would be a good idea.
Sounds romantic.
So
Cue this up. And I'm muting myself. Actually,
you're muting what? Yourself?
Myself.
Okay.
Brokeback Mountain, 5th edition.
All right. So Lox and I are walking through the forest. We have our bows out.
If you know what I mean.
Our arrows are pointing at each other. No.
Mine's a curved bow.
Mine has never been straighter.
oh my God. Oh God.
Beautiful.
Lux, I wanted to apologize for what happened in the Feywild. I had no intention of hurting you. It was an accident when the goblin fell. I sometimes do not understand how fire is going to affect others. It's a wild element, and it was not my intention to harm you. And I did want to apologize for that. I hope you can forgive me.
It's nothing to do with the Feywild, Loki. It's nothing to do with you accidentally hurting me. None of that adds to what I feel about you, or takes away from how I feel about you with your apology. I do sometimes wish you would think before you act, think before you speak. Because the last thing I want to do is disappoint anyone in this party by ending your life.
Do you think you would disappoint someone?
The princess seems fond of you. Other people tolerate you. And believe it or not, I have met nice humans before. You don't happen to be one of them. But one thing I have learned that is humans, they find a way to redeem themselves from time to time if they live long enough to do so.
Well, I've never met a grung before you. If they're all like you, then God help us. But if there's just you, like you, I appreciate your courage and your ability to help us in times that we have been completely lost and nearly dead. So I am glad you are with us. I'm glad you are part of our, as Brall would say, unit. God, I hate that name.
It's honestly starting to grow on me a bit, but don't tell him I said so.
I won't.
Look, Loki, I this is not going to be an overnight thing with me and you. My issues go far beyond this, and I'm content with letting you be. I don't see us being best friends at this point, but like I said, the pain that you caused me in the Feywild, I know it wasn't on purpose. It doesn't make me any less angry, but I know it wasn't on purpose.
Then I'll try to control my actions. I'll try to control what I am saying. If what I'm saying is, as you say,
Dickish.
Oh God. I'll be honest, I have a -1 charisma. So most of what I'm going to say is dickish.
Well, look,
And it is my nature. And some things we can't control and some things we can, and in those times that I can control it, I will do my best.
well, I appreciate our talk. I do, because there was a time, Loki, where I was counting the days till I waited for you to fall asleep and then slit your throat and drag you off, disemboweled you, and left you for animals to eat. But that won't happen tonight, I promise.
Well, then I appreciate every night I was able to wake up from since I met you.
It's a good way to be in general.
All right, you guys.
And then we kill a deer.
As you guys are talking, he says that just looking straight in your face. Wouldn't like the kill you moment. Like the last thing he says, as he says, he's not even looking. Pulls his arrow, and it goes straight through a deer's throat. And then you look to your right, and then you say your last sentence, and then you guys pick up the deer and bring it back to the group. And you come to find Ukalo, Danan, Brall, Jericho. They found a little clearing with some. You can see straight up to the sky. The stars are kind of coming out, and they're sitting on logs that have kind of fallen, and they've moved them into place, and they've got a little circle around this little small contained fire that they started.
Good deer.
If the place, as they're coming back, I want to be talking to Jericho and saying, if Sturgeon Point is under attack, Jericho, maybe you'd be able to talk down the Semetians.
Oh, you're on mute, Jericho.
You're muted.
Muted, Jericho.
Think about your own people 300 years in the past. Can you relate to them? I mean, maybe a little. To be honest,
Maybe.
The stories I've told about them, if I'm fighting with you, I might be on the wrong side.
That's what I was afraid of.
I can say that I think that with you, I can actually get back to my own time. But I'm not willing to kill any follower of Semet myself.
Which is why maybe we can find some way to do this peacefully.
I think, well, I can try to have a conversation with them, but they're on a real crusade business right now.
Yeah, they haven't responded well to my peace
That is
offerings
true.
in the past.
I'd say the Sturgeon Point, like, why do we even need to go there? Let's go in a different direction, because they're pretty bad. That's what I'm trying to say.
I didn't feel like I had many ties there anyway. We did commission a house or something. Do you guys remember that?
Yeah, I was
What
looking
about
forward to my pond, yeah.
We were going to live in the tavern.
Well, we don't have to anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if have to was the right phrase I would use for that.
Sturgeon Point. You're going to tell everybody that's where you come from? Sturgeon.
I said it was dumb in the beginning.
See, this guy gets it.
Look, do we owe nothing to Sarah in the group? I mean, we've left them stranded for 6 months. Do we owe nothing?
I
to
do
what
feel
we-
guilty about that. Yes, I would like to see.
Yeah, we should definitely go check on them. See if everyone's okay.
It is possible that if Thanuel did save the Sedan warriors, then maybe they are somewhere else, and he is holding them almost as ransom for the sword. Is there a way that we can contact him to find that out? You don't think that would be the case, Kala?
No, I think that he would probably just leave those Sedan there, and they probably starve to death on top of that building.
Well, there were still some of the enemy that was still there.
They were running. That is true.
But
They
you're
were running.
saying that he
They might come back. They might
took
have
us
come back and-
away.
If the enemy did come back, then who's to say they didn't just torture the remaining prisoners to death? You remember how they dropped that one from several feet up?
No, that never happened.
Oh, that's right. Never mind.
It was an illusion.
It was one of his illusions.
So,
Either way, Thomas said they didn't make it back to camp. It's been 6 months. And it was a 4-hour, 8-hour at tops journey, so likeliest.
does that not worry you?
Would that they're dead? I would assume the worst.
If you recall, Mozak was with us. And he left.
He did leave. He went to Sturgeon Point. He said he would regroup.
Do you think he may be in Sturgeon Point? And if he's there, is he going to be pretty pissed at us for leaving?
I would assume they'd all be pretty pissed.
Yeah, that's logical.
Well, I think we've got a good excuse, and Jericho is our witness that, I mean, shit got crazy. So
But they're not going to be
Fine.
too kind to Jericho if they know what he is.
Again, yes.
then, zip. Jericho, don't tell him what you are.
Do you think he could keep his mouth shut when...
As far as I'm concerned, this is all history, so I'm trying to not participate as much as possible.
Yeah, just being an observer, like in a museum.
But at this point, it's written that you were in history. So maybe you were meant to participate.
I think this is Back to the Future rules, so I'm going to try to play it safe.
You mean you don't want to fuck your grandmother?
Or my mother, for
Only if
that
you can
matter.
help it.
I don't
300
remember.
years, it's probably like your great grandmother.
It's several grandmothers back. Plus, I mean, this place will take another at least 25 years to get fully conquested. But believe me, when it does, whew. Oh, sorry.
Awkward.
Anyway, are we going to Sturgeon Point or are we not going to Sturgeon Point?
Yeah, I think we should rest
Rest and then
Rest and
head.
and then
Head out.
head there first thing in the morning.
Or not? Again, we're keeping that option open, right?
We will at least go scout it out.
I think we owe it to Sarah and the rest. At least check it out. See what's what.
Yes.
Jericho.
Sarah.
Scout it out.
Do your inventions, can you see through them?
No, I cannot. I cannot
Do you
do reconnaissance with them, unfortunately.
Damn.
Okay.
All right. Well, I guess we should just rest and then do the thing we
Yep.
said.
All right. It's nap time.
I summon the man, the myth, the muted.
The man, the myth, the muted. Here I am. So
Before we fall asleep, can I get close to Mikalo?
sure, you get as close as you want, Danon.
So This might sound kind of weird, but can I get a little bit of the water that you
I
brought?
suppose. I give you kind of a quizzical look and then just kind of hand it over. I don't think there's much left. Almost kind of slammed it.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm just going to, grab the like bass, or I don't know what you
Flask.
a flask. I'm just going to sit by the fire and just like take little sips and just stare to the heat. That's it.
I think
Roll
the
for-
rest of us
roll
are
for-
full of venison as well.
Roll for religion, Danon.
Plus one, right? Yeah. So that's a beautiful 9.
Sorry, I meant to say with advantage
Oh.
because of the.
I'll take a picture.
Yeah. This is a natural 20.
Yeah, and I'm gonna send it to you because that's it's been a while.
It's been a minute. So as you're
I'm
sipping,
gonna send it to everybody. It's right here.
as
Look
you
at
are
it. How beautiful.
your second here. As you are sipping this water, your regular realm, and staring into the flame, you see the flame kind of twist and turn into different shapes, and then a face kind of comes out of the flame, flickering at you. You see the face of your sister, and then the flame twists again, and then you see her crying, and then it flips again, and you can see your sister's eyes in this old, decrepit, deteriorating hag, but you recognize your sister's eyes in this hag's face. And then the flame goes away, and clear as day, you see your sister's face, but as a hag. And it speaks to you. Danon. And then the flame twists and then bursts and sparks up, and it's gone. And that is where we'll end tonight's episode.
What?
Well, I hope everybody had.
It's not the same hag as before, right?
Yeah,
No.
the other hag was
No.
tricky.
Was it? Wasn't?
No, it was not. It was not.
Oh,
It was a young,
not the-
pretty
it's not-
hag.
fuck.
Good place for an ending.
Yeah.
But I hope everybody had a good evening playing Dungeons and Dragons, and I certainly enjoyed it. And I will see you all next week, Wednesday, on the Nat One Network. If you could smash that like button. I mean, there's a lot of things you got to do. It's a very complicated situation. You got to
All the
subscribe. You got to
all the
flip something. You got to ding something. I don't know. Friendly reminder. If you like what you see, just keep up with us however you want. But yeah. And then also, Twitter. I will say Twitter is a great place to communicate with us. Terry's been doing a great job building out our Twitter, Nat One Network. We just surpassed 200 followers. I hope 50 episodes will be like we best without followers. So if you want to be one of our I don't really necessarily want to call them followers. If you want to be one of our friends, feel free to hit us up there, and we'd be happy to communicate with you. But until next week, Wednesday, watch your rolls.
Yeah.